right. Well, that went about as expected, right? But what is going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another Guardians series recap, series preview stream. You know how these go. I say it every freaking stream. I will recap the previous series, the one that we just went through, and then I'll preview the next one, which, of course, now is our final series of the first half of the season already. All Star break is what, 4 or 5 days away, pretty much. Yeah, like we will be playing until the day before the home run derby. And then after that game is over with, Jose and Emmanuel, unless there's any more replacements, which I don't think there will be, Jose and Emmanuel will hop on a plane and head out to Seattle for the All Star festivities. Because those are the only two All Stars that we have. Guardians didn't do so well. I mean, they could have been much worse. But like I said, it went about as expected as the Dodgers just took the lead. JD Martinez. Honestly, the Guardians should have went after him instead of Josh Bell. But of course, I mean, it is what it is. Oh, what's up, Daniel? But before I get into talking about this series, tell me why I go on to Twitter. By now, you know who my personal rival is on Twitter at this point. But tell me why I go on Twitter and the first thing I see on the timeline is this. Oh my god. I swear, this dude is really trying to test me right now. The Twitter algorithm is trolling me, showing me this on my timeline. I'm thinking, no way this dude actually thinks this. I'm thinking, like, is he trying to say something? Now, if you're wondering what his response was, he posted his little, laughing emoji. I mean, what's the problem? What's the problem with that statement? It's facts. Cleveland runs Ohio. I mean, come on. What's the lie? Where's the cap? There's no cap. Rudy, if we somehow win the title after all this crap, I'm gonna go crazy. I mean, it's legit. We own Ohio. Cincy hasn't done anything to warrant them owning Ohio. They can't beat us in baseball. And we've seen the Browns whoop the Bengals' asses the last 10 games. What, we're 8-2 in the last 10? And how many titles has Cincy won? None. Cleveland has one. Ha! In fact, we have a couple of championship berths. Yeah. But honestly, I'm gonna let the Bungle fan have his fun. It is what it is. We'll get them next month. The Braves are good. Losing to a good team. Nah, it's. I expected this to happen. I would have been over the moon if we took the series. But hey, I'll take a game. Like I said, I think I said before the series began, take a game. That's all I need. Just don't get swept, and we didn't. So, anyways, let's get into this thing. First game of the series, Bryce Elder against Gavin Williams. And Gavin didn't do great. I mean, he continues to show that he has a little bit of a walk problem. 2 walks in that game. And he gave up 3 homers. Yeah, they were unleashing the long ball on him. 6 1/3, 7 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 2 Ks, 3 homers. ERA didn't get hurt too bad. He has a 3.79 ERA. And Bryce Elder, on the other hand, 6 2/3, 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and a strikeout. That's the thing, though. We didn't strike out a whole lot. A lot of the outs that we did were ground out or fly out, which means we made their defenders have to make a play on that ball, and you never know what's going to happen. I've seen it where it looks like it's going to be an easy play, and then all of a sudden he just drops it. You never know, right? So yeah, in terms of scoring though, they struck first, and they beat us in the face 3 straight innings. Gavin overall didn't look too bad at the start, and then it just started unraveling. Michael Harris homered twice in this one. The first one, top of the third, it was a solo blast, and I believe the person who runs the Guardians fireworks, he actually accidentally set off some fireworks after that homer, and people noticed. Yeah, again, yeah, that happened before against Kansas City. I thought it was Toronto, but it was actually Kansas City. So it's 1-0, and then right after that, Ozzy Albies singled in a run, made it 2-0. And then the homer parade started with Ozuna hitting a blast, made it 3-0, top of the fourth, and then top of the fifth. Michael Harris struck again, made it 4-0. And that would be all the scoring they do. The Guardians did threaten a little bit as Ahmed Rosario, 2-run single in the bottom of the seventh is all we would get. So overall, just couldn't get those extra 2 runs to tie the game. But holding this offense to 4 runs is actually pretty impressive considering how powerful their lineup is. I mean, you look at their entire lineup, like, it's actually insane. Like, look at the averages of their guys. Their lowest average in their lineup for game one, or after this game, of course, is 250. Wilson, 250. That's not even bad. Highest, of course, is Acuna, 335. With a 1,000 OPS. And then nobody's surprised they had 6 All-Stars in their lineup. Their entire infield pretty much is All-Stars. Even Arcia is an All-Star. How about that? They lose Dansby Swanson. They go pluck and they place Orlando Arcia in that lineup, and it's like, oh, he's an All-Star. Okay. Wish that could happen with us. But instead, we got a bald man at freaking shortstop who doesn't know what the hell he's doing half the time. Although, it seems as though he's starting to get a little hot to get, as we get into the summer months. As this won't be the last time we hear his name either. But overall, yeah, Elder was solid. Gavin didn't do bad. It just he got struck by some bad pitches. That's all. So we lose game one. Elder gets the win. He's 7-1, 2.45 ERA. Williams takes the loss, 0-1, 3.79 ERA. And Iglesias got the save with his 15th, 4.01 ERA. So then we move to game two. Of course, I streamed this one as well. We had the Beebs on the mound going up against Colby Allard. And unlike that first game, we actually looked a little bit better against Colby. In fact, we had the lead, believe it or not. Yeah, we actually led in this game. Usually with the Guardians, leads don't last too long. So, when we got this lead, I was just thinking, please hold on to it. Add some more runs and hold on to it. As for the second game in a row, Ahmed, 2-run double. Wow. See, like I say, this is the summer of Ahmed. Again, this is Ahmed's summer right here. Right? 2-run double, made it 2-0. And then, like clockwork, top of the fifth, Ozzy Albies tied it with a 2-run blast. Of course. Of course, right? Just a bad pitch from Bieber. And yeah. In fact, if you look at the chart, the pitch was, upper left. Like, it was more towards the righty batter's box. There's like in the center, like upper left, were the very top left box and the left middle box, the middle center, middle top, and the middle center. there's like a nice little section. If you're looking at the pitch by pitch graph chart thing on MLB.com, it was practically like left, like center, middle, pretty much. Like it was like near the middle of the plate, just off to a little bit of the left portion. And of course, Albies was able to just extend his arms a little bit and just bam, and yeah, bad pitch. And it was a four seam. It was a four seamer, 92 miles per hour. You can't try to sneak a 92-mile-per-hour meatball past this guy. I mean, come on now. He's an all-star. What do you expect him to do? Dude's got 21 dongs on the year, man. It's crazy. That's what they do now. So he tied the game up. And then they would actually take the lead with a d'Arnaud single and the RBI. And then Eddie Rosario would add another run, made it 4-2. So 4 runs just like that. That's how quick they could strike. But then, not to be outdone, an inning later, the Guardians would respond with another Ahmed homer, his second of the year. Wow. And he hit it to left field, too. Usually, when he hits homers, they're mostly center, like center field. Which, of course, for those who know how Progressive Field's dimensions are, if you want to try to hit one center field, you gotta crush it. And he hit it pretty good to left. And so we made it 4-3. And then next inning, Stephen Kwan comes up big with an RBI single to tie the game. That officially gets Bieber off the hook. And then again, Ahmed. RBI single. The summer of Ahmed, baby. Yeah. Oh, man. It's a bald man summer. Yeah. And he gives us the lead 5-4. And we actually hung on to it through. Can't believe I'm saying this. The lead survived a Trevor Stephan appearance. Then, of course, it's like a trade off. We keep the lead through Trevor Stephan, but then Emmanuel Clase comes out there and gives up a friggin' tank to Albies on the first at bat. I think it was like one of the first pitches he saw. It was on the 4th pitch. 0-2 count. This one was same general area as Bieber's pitch, just a little bit lower. I don't think he wanted it to go there. It was a 96-mile-per-hour cutter. In fact, his velocity was down. Yeah. That whole at bat, 96 mile per hour. Ugh. And then, yeah, it would be like that. Then the 10th inning would come up as the Guardians would do absolutely nothing in the bottom of the 9th. And here's essentially how that in the 10th inning went for the Guardians, both on the mound and everything else. So on the mound, De Los Santos came in. Ozuna flies out to center field. Sam Hilliard, who came in as a pinch runner, he pinch ran for d'Arnaud, who was, of course, on second because of Manfred ball. He goes to third, and so they got their go-ahead run at third base right off the bat. And then possibly the craziest play I've seen, one of the best defensive plays I've seen this year. And he hits a ball pretty shallow to left center. You know, I mean, Miles Stroh was already running in to get it, so he already had the momentum on his side. And let's just say my dude threw an absolute seed to home plate to David Fry, who I actually said in the stream pinch hit. He was actually in right field. My brain was so mushed up from what was going on in that 10th inning. I completely forgot that Brennan pinch hit for Gallagher. And then for the bottom of the 10th, they put, right before this happened, they put Brennan, or I'm sorry, bottom of the 9th, they put Brennan, was it? I don't even know, but yeah, they pinch hit for Gallagher, for Brennan. And then next inning, top of the 10th here, they put Brennan in right, moved Fry behind the plate because he is a catcher. So yeah, that move led to this happening as he threw a seed to Fry, who caught it on the fly, not on a bounce, and they cooked Sam Hilliard. He was out by a couple feet. And then afterwards, the Braves tried to challenge, saying, "Oh yeah, he was blocking the plate," which he wasn't. He had a lane to get to the plate, and in fact, he didn't even make it to the plate. He was in his dive. He stopped short of the plate. He didn't even reach the plate. So it's like, yeah, he wasn't blocking the plate. He had a lane to get there. But yeah, overall, Guardians survive the top of the 10th. And in my eyes, if you get through the top of the 10th in this situation, you have a good chance to win, especially when you got the likes of Ahmed starting at second. And Ahmed's a very fast guy. It's just you got to get him moving. And so they intentionally walk Jose, which is usually what they do. They intentionally walk him. They're not trying to deal with him. I mean, he stinks. Even in his stinky state, teams refuse to pitch to him because they could get killed. So they they pinch hit for the next guy, right? Gabriel Arias comes in because he came in for Josh Bell. I think as a what was it? Oh, no, I think that was Naylor. No, Naylor was hurt before already. I think he came in for Bell at first base. And what do they have this dude do? They had him bunt. And it's, usually when you bunt, you're trying to bunt at an angle. You bunt towards third if you're facing a lefty, or you bunt towards right when you're facing a righty. Make that guy have to get off the mound and make a play on it. Instead, what does this dude do? He bunts straight at the pitcher. Leads to a double play. So you have the go ahead run, the winning run at third, 2 outs. Up comes David. Up comes. Then they walked Andres Jimenez, and then they just let him take second for no reason because his run doesn't mean anything. I even said it in the stream. And then David Fry comes to the plate, and he does what, of course, he would do: hits a sharp liner over the glove of Eddie Rosario to win the game. So after all that chaos, we win in 10 innings, 6-5. And overall, Bieber wasn't bad, but much like Gavin, he had a walk problem. I think his walk problem has been worse than Gavin's. 4 2/3, 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, five walks, 4 Ks, and a homer for Bieber. For a guy who never walked anybody, he's walking a ton of people now. I think it was just him being extremely careful. But I mean, it could have been much worse, and yet we still somehow won this game because that's the way this team works sometimes. Like I've said many times, this team is very good at not getting swept, and so they win this game. But yeah, in terms of how Allard did, 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 walk, 3 Ks, and a homer. And the win goes to De Los Santos. He's 4-1, 2.57 ERA. Iglesias took the loss, 3-3, 3.91 ERA. So we even the series up at 1 apiece, and we have a chance to win the series. And you might think the Guardians could actually do it until you look and see who's on the mound for us. Yeah, I don't know if I went through Bryce Elder's stat line. But yeah, Gavin, 6 1/3, 7 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned, 2 walks, 2 Ks, and 3 homers given up in the first game. Elder, 6 2/3, 7 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, 1 K. So, yeah. So then we get to today's game. And to say the least, it wasn't fun. The Braves had total control the entire game. And for those who don't know how Cal Quantrill pitches, he's not a strikeout pitcher. He really hasn't been like that for a couple years. He just got insanely lucky with contact. Now it's like teams are just squaring him up like crazy. And he's been stinky this year. My God. We really brought him back. we brought him back and sent Logan Allen down. But in this game, uh, Quantrill 4 1/3 gave up 11 hits, 5 runs, 3 Ks and a homer. And then against him was Mike Soroka, who we did get to him a little bit. 4 2/3, 5 hits, 3 walks, 4 Ks. It seemed like every inning, for every inning he was out there, we had runners on. We left a small village on base. Every time, 2 runners on, nothing for the first like 4 innings. And then he came out, and then we just couldn't really touch Tonkin. So, yeah, in terms of scoring, there's not really a whole lot from our end. But on their end, Matt Olson singled in a run. Murphy singled in a run. This was all in the first, by the way. Eddie, 2-run double, made it 4-0. So literally you have 3 guys that were either guardians or they should have been a guardian. Just absolute teasing the crap out of us in this one. Rosario. And then top of the third, Murphy with homer. So double tease there. Solo shot from him. Top of the 7th, Riley would homer, made it 6-0. And then Matt Olson would strike again. 29 homers for Matt Olson. Should have been a guardian. Yep. Top of the 9th, made it 7-0. Michael Harris grounds into a force up, made it 8-0. And then because, of course, Ahmed just had to get one more run in there, he grounds out, but we score a run, made it 8-1, and that's it. The win goes to Tonkin. He's 5-2, 2.55 ERA. Quantrill takes the loss. He's 2-6 with a 6.45 ERA, and he stinks. But yeah, we keep putting him out there. Yeah, I'm just glad they was able to snap their winning streak. Yep. They need to pull the broom out in KC. They need to go over 500 or at 500 going into the All-Star break. And it's very possible because you look at the pitching matchups. I think we have a pretty good matchup every freaking game of the series. It's a 4-gamer too. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, look at Bess. Man. Jack Suwinski. But anyways, let's talk about this series coming up, shall we? So, first game of the series tomorrow night. I will probably be live for this game. It'll be Jordan Lyles, 1-11, 6.68 ERA, 64 Ks, up against Tanner Bybee, who's 5-2. He's been very good this year, especially the last couple starts. He had a little bit of a trouble. I think he had like a problem with like arm slot before. That's why he was missing a lot. Because they were trying to like make him throw like over, I guess. He went back to his old slot, I guess, and he's been fine. He's been great. 5 2/3, 3.46 ERA, 67 Ks. And looking at how these two did last start, for Tanner, obviously, I believe his last start was like a masterclass. Yeah, it was a masterclass against Chicago. It was the game that we won. I did not stream this game. 1-0. Yeah, this was the game. This was the rain delay game. Yeah. I was gonna stream it. It was on national TV. It was on Fox, but it was rain delayed for a couple hours, and then Fox didn't even have the game on TV at the end, so I wasn't even able to watch this game. But he had a masterclass: 5 2/3, 3 hits, 2 walks, and 9 Ks. That's coming off a start. He's won his last 3 starts. Yeah, that's coming off a start against Milwaukee where he went 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk, 1 earned run, 4 walks, 7 Ks. Before that, he beat Arizona, but that was, of course, the start where he was still kind of shaky. I guess because they realized, oh yeah, he's got something messed up in his arm slot. We got to go back to what he was doing before. And since then, he's been fine. So let's hope he can keep this going. Because he's been solid. He's been really good. I've been very impressed with Tanner. Now, Jordan Lyles, on the other hand, he actually won his last start against Tampa Bay. 6 innings, 8 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 2 Ks. And yeah. In fact, I'm gonna look up his stat line against us last time. I'm gonna see what Jordan Lyles' career lines are against us. I'm actually very curious. Of course, tomorrow I'll probably go over the stat lines and stuff, just like I did just now, because I know there might be some people that don't watch these streams that watch those games. So let's do Jordan Lyles versus Guardians. So Lyles is 2-1 with a 4.67 ERA and 13 strikeouts in 3 appearances. In fact, his last 2 appearances were actually with Texas and Baltimore. And in his last start against us, that was 2022 last year on August 31st, 6 2/3, 4 hits, 3 walks, 2 Ks. His loss against us came in 2021 in August, where he went 3 2/3, gave up 9 hits, 8 runs. Ugh. Can I look at the stat line and see who did what in that game? I can. So, dude, no way, bro. So last time, the first time we faced Jordan Lyles, Miles Straw homered in that game. It must have been when Miles would lead off games, because this was in the top of the first. This was in the bottom of the first. No way. That is hilarious. Well, see if Miles can do it again. That would be lovely. Yeah, they stuck 4 runs on him, and then yeah, he hasn't homered since that. So we'll see how that happens. But I'm pretty confident we can get to him as long as Bibee looks good. Yeah, I'm not really scared of the freaking Royals. I mean, are you serious? But yeah, against Lyles, Straw actually has 2 homers in his career against Lyles. You mean to tell me this dude is homered off of somebody? Interesting. 2 homers and 8 at-bats, 3 RBIs. He's the only one that's homered off of him, too. Wow. And in terms of RBIs, Jimenez, Josh Naylor, who hopefully will be back for this game. That's what Tito said. He should be back. That'd be huge. Naylor, Ramirez, Jose, and then Ahmed all have RBIs off of Lyles. And of course, they've never faced Bibee. So yeah, for game number 2, yeah, 5-2 for Bibee, 3.46 ERA, 67 Ks for Tanner. Lyles again, 1-11, 6.68 ERA, 64 strikeouts. Game 2 of the series will be Daniel Lynch versus Aaron Civale. Lynch, 2-3, 4.14 ERA, 28 strikeouts. Going up against Aaron Civale, who's 2-2, 2.96 ERA, 35 Ks. And you look at Lynch's last start, which came against the Dodgers, and of course they won. He went 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, and 4 Ks. And for Aaron Civale, of course, he faced the Cubs, got a no decision, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 2 Ks. I believe that was the final game of the series. Yeah. The one that I didn't stream. Straight up. I wasn't going to stream it. So, yeah. So it's the game that was delayed a couple hours. It was supposed to be a 2:10 start. Oh, wait a minute. This is the game that when my power went out. Yeah. I wasn't going to stream the game anyway, but yeah, I was watching the game and then like almost halfway through, it was like right after Andres homered, I'm pretty sure, because he homered in this game, of course. In that game, yeah, he homered there. And it was like a half hour after that, my internet went out. So I couldn't really even tweet or anything. And then maybe not even a half hour after that, my power went out. and it was out all night. That was tough. You don't know toughness. You don't know how boring it is until you're freaking sitting in your room or whatever with no internet. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I still have like, cell service, so I could at least, look at apps and stuff and keep track of the game. But nothing is painful than just sitting there watching the MLB app and hoping that your team wins. And you're just watching your battery life just dwindle. And then it's like, okay, what's gonna happen? Is this game gonna end or is my battery gonna die? Luckily the game ended before my battery died. Even though Class A blew the save, we still won. Thank God. But yeah, Savale was good though. I mean, only 3 hits. He's been very solid this year. He'll give up hits, probably some runs, but I've always said he's like a dollar store Kluber. He'll eat innings, he'll help the bullpen, and as long as your offense is alive, you'll be good. He's solid. He's like Zach Greinke almost. Yeah, he's almost like Zach Greinke. He'll give up hits and stuff. He doesn't have the most overpowering stuff. He's more or less inducing weak contact. That's all he is now. The Angels and the Mariners lost tonight, so that's helping the Guardians a little bit. Yeah, Greinke is out for them, and we all know he got Guardians' number. Well, we don't face him, so that's good. We don't even face him, so I'll take it. Coco Lee, who the heck is that? Disney star and pop singer Coco Lee has passed away. Damn, 48 years old? I've heard of her. Shows how much I watch Disney. But yeah, Daniel Lynch, on the other hand, like I said, he did pretty good against the Dodgers. So we'll see how that game goes. Actually, let's take a look at again. Let's take a look at StatMuse and look at his history against us. I think we faced him in one of his first starts of his career. Let's go to MLB, of course. Let's do Daniel Lynch versus Guardians. Yeah. Dude. So Daniel Lynch, oh my God. Safe to say we've tormented the guy ever since he came into the league. 1-3 with an 8.87 ERA and 14 Ks in 5 appearances. And in those 3 losses, he's went 6 innings, 4 innings, and 4 2/3. Wow. Now last year he lost both of his starts against us. He gave up 9 hits in 4 innings. His first start on the May 31st against us. 6 runs allowed, 1 home run, 3 walks, 2 intentional, 1 hit by pitch, 2 strikeouts. And in his last start against us last year on October 4th, right before the end of the year, 4 2/3, 8 hits, 24 total batters faced, 5 runs, 1 homer allowed, 2 walks, 1 hit by pitch again. So keep an eye out. So, and essentially, if he hits a Guardian batter, that means we win because he's actually 0-3 in games where he hits a batter. Even in the games that were no decisions, he gave up 3, 4, and 4 runs. No, 3 and 4 runs. So we can score off of him. Just got to keep it consistent. We'll see what happens, but I like our chances. And if you're wondering about Aaron Savale against him, because I will be doing this probably for every pitcher at this point, Aaron Savale up against the Royals. I think he's usually been pretty good. He's not like Zach Plazak. That dude always seemed to own them. Aaron Savale against the Royals. He's 2-1 with a 4.12 ERA and 35 Ks in 7 appearances. His last start against Kansas City was October 5th. Went 6 innings, 5 hits allowed, 2 runs allowed, 2 homers, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts. Damn. Wow. That's actually very impressive. The only ones you allowed were homers, and then you struck out 9. Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. All right, so hopefully we can take that one. Pittsburgh got bases loaded already on the Dodgers. Yeah, I just saw they hit somebody. Yep, they hit somebody. Now against Lynch, nobody has hit any homers off of him of the current guys we have, but Jimenez has 2 RBIs, Naylor has an RBI, Jose has 3, and Ahmed has 1. So we'll see how it goes. Now for game number 3 of the series, it'll be Gavin against Brady Singer. Singer 5-7, 5.52 ERA, 74 Ks. And then Gavin is 0-1 and 3.79 ERA and 12 Ks. And we're going to look at Brady Singer's stat line against us. But first, of course, we got to look at their last starts each, which I believe they both came against us. Like we both faced each other. The last time we saw Brady Singer, he actually did really, really good for the most part. I'm pretty sure this was the game where we actually won because we swept him. You know, no, we got walked off, but it wasn't with him on the mound. It was with Greinke. So yeah, we beat Brady Singer last time we faced him, but actually he did have a start against the Dodgers on the second. He went 7 innings, 4 hits, one run, 3 walks, and 4 Ks. Ew. But again, the Dodgers are this year. They're just so blech. They got to snap out of it. Now, unfortunately, Gavin, of course, coming off that start against the Braves, 6 1/3, 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them homers, 2 walks, 2 Ks. But the last time he faced Kansas City, 7 innings, 1 hit surrendered, 1 walk, and 6 Ks. Brady Singer, of course, did not get he got a no decision. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 walks, 3 Ks. Now, of course, Brady Singer against the Guardians is 2-1, 4.33 ERA, and 43 Ks in 10 appearances since 2020. And the loss he took was last year, September 30th. 5 2/3, gave up 7 hits, 6 runs, 1 homer, 1 walk, 6 Ks, 1 hit by pitch. It's a ton of no decisions, though. So let's just hope we can get after him a little bit. Now, I was going to, obviously Gavin has never really faced the Royals. So yeah, Singer 5-7, 5.52 ERA, 74 Ks. Gavin 0-1, 3.79 ERA, 12 Ks. Against Singer, obviously Brennan and Freeman have 2 RBIs. Jose has 8 RBIs on him. My God. And then Straw has an RBI, and Josh Naylor, of course, has a home run with 2 RBIs. Oh yeah, Jose has 2 homers too. So yeah, if there's anybody to be afraid of, if you're Brady, it's Jose, because of course. And then against Williams, obviously only gave up 1 hit, so yeah, and it was Fermin who had the hit. So yeah, obviously nobody has done anything against him there. So then we move to the final game of the series, and I expect it to probably be the same thing as before. Shane Bieber against probably going to be a bullpen. I don't know if they're going to put Cox in there again because yeah, we absolutely slaughtered that poor guy. That dude was literally hung out to dry. We hit everything, it seemed like. That was when Bo Naylor hit his first homer, pretty much. But again, for Bieber, of course, coming off the start yesterday, 4 2/3, 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 5 walks, 4 Ks. But before that, against Kansas City, 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 walk, 8 Ks. Got the no decision because we blew it because they took him out at 81 pitches for some reason. Before that one, too, he took a loss against Milwaukee. So he's had some pretty bad luck with the offensive stuff. But now you look at his career. I know Royals fans are hoping and praying that we trade him. He's 6-0 against Kansas City in his career. 96 Ks and 14 appearances with a 2.80 ERA. My God, this dude is owning the Royals. They want him out of the division immediately. Just looking at the amount of strikeouts this guy has had in certain games. Like, how about this one? This you could just tell when the sticky stuff was banned because this dude was just canning everybody, man. My God. Freaking July 24th, when Chip Skylark's album came out. For those who know, remember, yeah, you know you're a Nickelodeon fan when you remember that little. The album comes out July 24th. Chip Skylark, yeah, Fairly Odd Parents, yeah, you remember. If you're a true '90s kid, you remember that. On Chip Skylark's album release day, 14 Ks for Mr. Shane Bieber. Damn. And then a year later, on April 7th, 2021, 12 Ks. And then second time he faced him in 2021, 9 Ks. And then all of a sudden it just went. I think that's when they outlawed the stuff because after that he could not. He didn't strike anybody out in that game. The next game. You know what's even crazier? He didn't even get a win with that net 12K performance. 6 1/3 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs allowed. And did we still win that game or did we lose? Let me check. Oh, yeah, we beat them 4-2. Okay. Bottom of the eighth, Jose home. Oh, that was when we had Ben Gamel. Oh my God. Yeah, we still won the game because of Jose Ramirez. Of course, right? Of course we win because of him. Oh, we gotta love it. But yeah, feeling good about this series against Bieber. Bieber's 5-5, 3.66 ERA, 89 Ks. And against him, obviously they've had success against him because they faced him so many times. Uh, only guy who's hit home runs off of him is Salvador Perez, who has 3, with 3 RBIs to boot. And then Duffy has 2 RBIs. Nicky Lopez has 2 RBIs. Waters has an RBI. Okay. And that's really it. So that's officially the final game before the All-Star break. And then after this game is over with, Jose Ramirez and Emmanuel Clase will officially hop on a flight, go to Seattle, and participate in the All-Star festivities. And hopefully, Clase can get some rest during the little break. Because I know Tito gonna cook that arm the moment they get back. He's gonna pitch him damn near every game. Poor guy. I think he's just getting tired. I mean, I'd be tired too. I mean, imagine like Tito just always going to you because I mean, hey, he's a closer. That's what you need him to do. I think I think he has like 42 appearances this year. And he's blown 7 saves. So he's essentially blown 1 of every 6 appearances. So if you think about it. Yeah. It seems like 42 appearances with like 7 blown saves. So do the math. Oh, he's so. It would also help if we got him more insurance runs, 2, 3, 4 runs. Although it didn't help against Chicago, mainly because Cam Gallagher couldn't freaking keep the ball in his freaking glove. Yeah, it's a whole mixture of circumstances. Some people saying we should trade him. No, we're not trading him. He's on a very good, very friendly deal, and he's still damn good. He's just having a rough patch. Everybody goes through that. You just got to get through it. That's all. So that's really all I have. We'll see who Kansas City throws out there for that one. It's probably going to be a bullpen guy or some like minor league dude. But what's really impressive, though, is the fact I think we're facing all righties. Pretty sure. There might be a lefty in there somewhere. There has to be. They're not going to throw all righties at us knowing that we torch righties. No, Lynch is a lefty. So yeah, they do have one lefty in there in this series. It'll all start tomorrow night against Jordan Lyles. Hopefully, we can beat him up a little bit. Maybe Miles Straw hits a homer off of him. If he does, then that just proves that he owns Jordan Lyles. But we'll see how this series goes. So that's all I got for you. And what's up, Yusuf? Good evening. But yeah, I will definitely have a video out maybe tomorrow for a little something something. Video out. I don't know if I'm gonna have a video out. Sometimes I just think I'm gonna have a video out, but I don't think I'm gonna do a vid. I don't have anything to do a video on. But I will have a video out or a stream. Probably most likely it'll be a stream after the thing is done, after that game against Kansas City is done, right before the All-Star break. Where I will do, instead of a recap and preview, it'll be a recap preview, but it'll be a series recap, and then it will be a first half recap. And then, of course, once the All-Star festivities are done, probably the night before our return to action, I will do a series preview. So, yeah, you're essentially going to get a little double stream action going on there. Now, as far as me streaming the All-Star game, I'm not sure yet. But because last year I was like streaming with some other content creators, but I don't think that's happening this year. Could do it now, R. Jones. That's enough. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out. Have a good rest of your night, and yeah, let's get this series against Kansas City. I believe Minnesota faces Baltimore, so if the O's could help us out again, that would be great. Really make my day better, and hopefully we can go out here and maybe get above 500 right before the All-Star break. So with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Go Guardians, and I'm out. Yeah. By the way, Cleveland runs Ohio. Oh God, can't believe that dude actually freaking tweeted that. He's capping. He's capping. He's trying to get it. He's trying to get a reaction. He is. He knows I look at his freaking stuff because I want to make sure he's not acting a fool. I don't look at his stuff, but he knows I see his tweets on my timeline, and he's trying to get me to freaking bite on the bait. But yeah, should be a good day tomorrow. Let's start this series off against the Royals with a W. And also, let's end the first half of the season on a good note. So, with that being said, go Guardians. I'm out. Bye bye. Yeah, buddy. Jose Ramirez. Yeah.